Hello everybody, how are ya? It's Rob back again with another video, and today it is, you can hear in my voice I'm not very well. I thought I'd just upload a video because everyone seems to be uploading the videos, and I'm missing out. So today's vlog is quite a good one, I think. I'm recording on the Hero 6 like always, external mic plugged in and all that good stuff, you know about all that anyway. So today's vlog is going to be a little bit different. Let's just turn around this way so you can actually see me. And I'll tell you why. Wait there 1 second. Actually, come with me. Come with me. Because I should have got that ready, shouldn't I? Today's vlog is going to be recorded on the new Hero 7 Black. Still recording with the 6 at the moment. Woohoo! Let's go! And there we go, peeps. We are now recording on the new Hero 7 Black. I'm using an external mic, exactly the same like the Hero 6. And I need to go shopping. My mate's just phoned. I'm going to go to his house now. And we can talk about the camera because I'm sure he's going to want to know about it. So I'm going to take some other cameras just so I can show him about the past cameras and stuff. Let's go. Okay, so I've just changed it from 4K to 2.7 because it was so wide. On my Hero 6, I could use 4K at 30 frames per second, I think, in linear. I don't know about 24 frames. Actually, let me check. So now I'm on 2.7, 16:9 linear. Okay. So now it looks like the linear is not supported in 4K, which for vlogging and stuff like that isn't very good. So that's not a great start. However, hopefully the hyper stable, what is it called? The hyper thing is going to be awesome. Stabilization I'm looking at. That is going to be a big step up, and for reasons that I'll explain to my friend when I see him. So I'm going to go to his house now. I'll see you when I get there. New toys, mate. New toys.
Yeah. I'll get my new DJI drone coming soon as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you want.
When I go on holiday next, I'm going to tap you up, son. All right? Yeah.
And then the 7.
So, these are the originals.
So that's the first one I got. Right.
Yeah.
That's the 3 Plus. That's got a lens thing on it.
Is that water? You can have waterproof.
Yeah, you get a housing.
Yeah,
you have to put it in the housing. That's the 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's wrecked, but it still works. But I always put that in a housing when I want to use that.
Yeah.
And then we bought Harley this one, which is basically the GoPro Hero, the original one. Can't take it out of the case.
Oh, okay.
It's just a waterproof.
Yeah.
So it does 1080, but I think that's basically about it. It's got no Wi-Fi or anything.
Right. Okay.
And then the 5 and the 6. That's the 6. They look identical.
What's the difference between the 6 and the 7 in price?
That's the 5. That's the 5 and the 6. The 6 and the 5. The 6 and the 7.
Yeah.
So actually, the 6 cost me more than the 7 because when I bought it, it was $4.99.
Right.
And then people kicked off about it, and they dropped the price by £100. And this bad boy is $3.75, something like that.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a good price, I think, really. So yeah, but they look identical.
They do look identical. Yeah.
Even the 7 looks like the same, pretty much. So
is that a slightly bigger lens on that one?
No, exactly the same.
Right.
But yeah, so still 12 megapixels, photos, 4K.
So what's the 7? Is that
Still 12.
right?
Yeah, which I was hoping for a bit more really, like 20, with a bigger sensor, but same photos. It's got different options for the frames per second, so 4K at 60, 4K at 30, which is stabilised with that hyper thing. Hyper smooth, is it? I don't know, hyper whatever. It's hyper. And then you can get on this one, which is one of the best things I think, is you can have the auto hyperlapse. So you put it on, and you select which one. It gives you like these options.
Yeah.
So if you want to film for like over 5 minutes or whatever, it says you select this one, and you basically just walk around with it, and it does like a time lapse.
That's cool.
But stabilised.
Yeah.
And then it puts it all together in a video.
Wow.
So,
What's the frame rate on that one then?
You can change it.
Yeah.
You can change it, but it depends on. So it like speeds everything up, but because of the stabilisation on it, it looks like it's on a gimbal.
Wow.
It's ridiculous.
I've seen some videos on it on YouTube, and it does look like, very professional.
Well, the thing is, people are buying the 6 and they're putting it on the Karma grip, which is what I've got. Can't even tell which one's which. That's the 6. So basically, you put this in a harness, and then you put it on the gimbal, and then you've obviously got stabilised gimbal. But because you have to have this off and you plug it into the grip, the audio is rubbish. But another thing to say is that with the gimbal, you can't like put the camera just on your head with a gimbal. Like some people are going to put it on their helmet or whatever. Whereas imagine the 7 stabilised already on a head, a helmet or whatever.
Yeah.
So you don't need a gimbal for the 7.
Okay.
So the 7's that good that the gimbal's going to win if you compare them side by side. But for what the 7 can do, and you can use it in the water and stuff like that, so you can have the cover still on. Audio will be better still because you can put the cover on and the little doors, so you can put the covers on. Right?
Yeah.
So that audio now is 10 times better just by putting that on, because it stops picking up the wind noise and stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
But that, obviously, you don't have to plug it into a gimbal. You can use a gimbal on it still, but obviously it's going to have the door on it because you're not plugging anything into it, and it's almost as good as a gimbal without anything added. So when you're outside in the water, kite surfing or whatever, you imagine the stabilisation on that. That's sick, mate. Proper sick. So yeah, I don't know what they'd use for that. They'd have to.
You've got a suction pad, surely, isn't it? It's a suction pad that goes.
Yeah, I wouldn't just have a suction pad on it. I haven't got the suction pad. I did use was a GoPro one.
You recording at the moment?
Yeah, and now it's in the bottom of a lake. But with my Hero 4, so I had another GoPro. I had that's the 4 black. I had the 4 silver on a suction cup, and they're both at the bottom of a lake now.
Right. Yeah, but that was your fault.
Well, you could argue that. But yeah, no, it's I need to test it. Go out and test it and do some. The hyperlapse is one good thing that I like. The hyperlapse are going to be proper ridiculous, but just the stabilisation on it. Vlog like even the 6 when you're vlogging and stuff. Because I did use the gimbal on the 5 and the 6 before, and since I got the 6, I never even used a gimbal really, apart from some shots that I took in Spain and stuff.
Yeah.
But that now, you won't even need the gimbal on it at all. It's that good.
So how can they better that then, in your opinion?
Higher.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good question, Warren.
Yeah.
Higher, better sensor, because in low light in here, it might not even be. You might get noise up here maybe. I'll have to have a look. Noise in there where it's a little bit darker. It's not dark, but it's just indoors, and the noise, it picks up the noise. Rubbish, but a bigger sensor. If they could get a bigger sensor, because even now the DJI cameras in the new drone, the Hasselblad camera in the Mavic 2, that's got a 1-inch sensor in it, and that was going to be sick. So that's the next step, I think. The next step for GoPro is to get a bigger sensor.
would that mean obviously a bigger GoPro then?
Well, I don't think so. I think they'll be able to sort it somehow. I mean, I don't know what it's made up. Like that one, we've had to pieces. But the thing is, since the beginning one that I've had, the 3 Plus, they've all been 12 megapixels. So like, camera-wise, photo-wise, from the 3 to the 7, it's not really much different, I don't think. The 4 you get 4K, and then obviously 5, 6 and 7 you get 4K, but it's just the frame rates that change. So it's still 4K recording.
Right.
So that part, that aspect of it hasn't really been improved. Like this 5, you get the voice recognition.
I was going to ask you about that. Is that voice
recognition? Yeah, voice control,
right,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And how good is that?
It's alright. The trouble is, it's so sensitive that when you're trying to make videos like this, and you mention GoPro, I've turned it off. Sometimes.
Is that right?
Sometimes.
Did you say GoPro, then it'll go back on. It comes on and off then. By saying that?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But when I've been recording and I've mentioned GoPro and it's started recording, stopping, and it's took a photo and stuff. So.
Oh, I've seen the light now. Right. Okay.
So like this one, I'm gonna turn this one on. Is that the 5 or the 6? That's the 5. So this is the 6. This will be a good test now. Right, so it's on now. So if you say that, I'm not going to say it because, and then say start recording.
GoPro, start recording.
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah.
Done it.
GoPro, stop.
Stop recording.
I'll stop recording.
Let's
GoPro, stop recording. Yeah, sweet.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That worked really well. But yeah, I normally leave it off because sometimes obviously the good thing about it is you can put that on your helmet or whatever,
and then just
say it.
Yeah.
Obviously, you need to line it up with your phone and stuff. But yeah, so that part of it is they can't do much better really. Stabilization, hyperlapse, which is obviously quite popular at the moment. They're quite hard to get really nice and stable. Without going into the software and lining everything up. You can do it in like After Effects and stuff like that. But I haven't got that. So like if I want to do a hyperlapse, you do a time lapse. So basically, with a normal digital SLR, you'd have it on a tripod. You take a picture, then take one step forward, and you do that for however many meters. This one you can just hold it like that and just walk around, and it'll make a hyperlapse.
Cool.
Sick, mate.
I should look forward to seeing that then on your vlogs.
Yes, mate. Yeah.
Pulling.
So hello everybody, I'm in my bedroom and I just thought I'd give you a few of my thoughts about my experience with the Hero 7. I've literally only used it for a few minutes. I haven't used any of the hyper smoothing stuff and the time lapse and hyperlapse and all that kind of stuff yet. I'm literally just opened the camera this morning, and there are a few issues. Surprise, surprise. So the first one is the app is not working, even though it says it's connected to the camera. I cannot view on my phone anything. It was working earlier, but now for some reason it's not. I cannot come out of it, so that is not working. So I cannot see what I was gonna look to set up this shot, and I cannot see the 4K 60 frames or 30 frames per second, even 24 frames per second. You cannot use the linear mode. What? That is quite important for me, that one. So I've been using the 2.7 at, actually I'm on 4K now, I think. So I'm using 4K 30 frames per second now. Should have been 2.7. With 2.7 you can use the linear mode. And these might all be to do with the update. I updated it when I got it. And the app wasn't working exactly correct when it updated. So maybe that is an issue. So I'm going to try and install the app again maybe. And one other thing that I've noticed is when you change from 4K and you go from 60 frames per second to 30 frames per second, now 60 frames isn't supported with the hypersmooth or whatever it's called. But when you click to 30 frames per second, it said it's not supported either until you go out of the 4K and come back, and then it says it's supported. But then sometimes it says the 60 frames supported as well. I get it's a new camera, and you get that glitchiness from the GoPros, but not a very good start with the Hero 7. But I'm going to update again now, and we'll see how it goes. I'll get back to you in a minute, okay? So I've managed to download the app again. Looks like it's working okay now. So I've got a picture, that's what I'm looking down there for, just to see I'm all lined up. I'm recording now in 2.7 because I can use a linear mode, and that for me is quite important, although you can argue 4K isn't gonna be a mega thing for vlogging, but with the Hero 6 I could still use 4K for vlogging with the linear mode, so I don't know why that's an issue. But it doesn't seem to work in 24, 30 or obviously 60 frames per second in 4K. So I'm going to end this kind of video, first thoughts, and the bit where you see just me and my friend just generally chatting in his kitchen. I've left that in just because I thought it's a good way for him to just ask a few questions and to me to be open about it. I'm really hyped for what this can do, this camera, but obviously to begin with the camera looks exactly the same as the 6 in looks. The performance, I've still suffered some glitches straight away, which you kind of learn to love kind of with the GoPros, but that is my first thoughts. I'm going to end this kind of vlog thoughts first impressions video here, and that'll be it. But I've got lots of testing to do. I'm going to charge it back up again now and maybe do something else. So if you've got any thoughts, do you want me to test anything? I've got the 6, the 5, the Karma grip all downstairs, so I can do some tests. I know Mitch done the Karma grip against the Hero 7 stabilization this morning, so thanks for that, Mitch. I was going to do that, but that is it. So thanks for watching. I'm going to put more videos coming up. Make sure you subscribe and hit the little bell icon to get notified for when I upload another Hero 7 video. And that is it. Take care. See you next time.